Hi, this is May's Design Corner, and I'm temporarily back. And I left with this dress on, and I'm coming back with this dress on. Well, I'm at home today. I've been to my service where I'm supposed to go. So now I was at home making a chicken pot, and I'm going to show you the pot once I get the biscuits in the stove. But what I want to show you is a quick and easy recipe for some garlic herb buttery drop biscuits. So just watch what I'm doing because I'm going to go kind of fast because I'm in and out. I'm sorry about it, but I hope you remember what I said. Now this is a 8-ounce cup. Okay, so I'm going to put 1 cup of self-rising flour, and yes, I use self-rising flour, y'all. I'm a self-rising flour gal, and I'm going to put that in this. This is my sifter. So I'm going to put that cup of flour in there because I'm not making a lot of biscuits, just a little. Okay, so I got that in there. And what I'm going to do, I'm using some rice flour. Put a little rice flour in there too. And I'm going to use 1/4 cup of rice flour. 1/4 cup of rice flour, 1 cup of regular flour, okay? And I'm going to put 4 tablespoons of powdered sugar. I'm going to make that 2 because I'm not making the whole thing. That's 1 and that's 2, okay? And I'm going to, I got that all in there, so I'm going to put this away so I won't waste anything. There you go. And I'm going to put this back up. I'm going to put everything out of the way so I won't be cluttered. Okay. I'm going to put that to the side. And what I'm going to do is get my baking soda, baking powder, this much baking powder. That's going to be a teaspoonful of baking powder. Even though I have self-rising flour, I put that little baking powder in there because I used the rice flour. Okay, so now I'm going to sift this out. I'm sifting that out. And you don't need to see me sifting that out, but I just want to let you see what it looks like sifted, okay? 1 cup of self-rising flour, 1/4 cup of rice flour, 2 tablespoons of confectioner sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and you know I can't stand it when things get all messy. You know I don't like messy. Okay, we got all that out. So I'm going to put this up. I like to put my things up as I go. And I also keep my keep them floured. If I sifted flour, I put it away with some of the flour still on it so it won't dry up or look ugly. So this is what it's looking like. sifted. Okay? It's so fine. Look how fine that is. I love that. Okay, so now we're going to start putting our ingredients in here. I have some garlic and herb seasoning. I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of garlic and herb seasoning. Okay. We're going to put that away. If I put everything away as I go, I won't have a mess. I'm going to take the baking powder and put it away. Okie dokie. And I preheated my oven to 400. And I also have some parchment paper on my pan that I'm going to drop my biscuits on. And before I finish up, I'm going to spray it. Excuse my backside, I'm reaching. I sprayed the parchment paper. And I want you to see it. I sprayed it, okay? And this is what I use here. I use this parchment paper here from the Dollar Tree. You get that pre-cut, okay? Now let me get the mixing. This is what I'm using. A tablespoon of this. These are going to be the cheesy garlic herb drop biscuits. And I'm going to put this back away. And I'm going to take the same spoon. This goes for the stirring. I'm wiping the top of this off. And I'm going to get another spoon. And I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of butter flavored Crisco overload. This is what I call an overload table. So put 1 there. Another overload. I don't measure anything because when we were taught to cook, we didn't measure anything actually. You did it by eyeball and love. My grandmother used to say, you got eyes, look what you're doing, and eyeball it and love. So yeah, that's how we were taught. So eyeball and love. So this is how I was taught to cook, y'all. And I think I mentioned that one time before. Now these quick and easy meals is a collaboration by honor of the Grace Life DIY, the hostess Deborah, Deborah Cabasa. You say I'm sorry, Deborah Cabasa. I'm sorry I messed up your name, but Deborah Cabasa, Jeans Decor and More, and Debbie Bubbles. Now, I haven't been here, so I hope I haven't missed anybody because I hadn't had time to really look at a lot of stuff, but I've been trying to. And my light keep going in and out, in and out. I apologize for that. Maybe when I look at it, I can kind of make it lighten up a little bit. So I'm mixing all that together, and it's looking like this. See? The shortening, the cream cheese. There you go. And I have a secret, and I'm going to share my secret with you because a lot of people don't use this anymore because they talk about the cholesterol and how it can mess your cholesterol up and all. But I do. Okay. I'm going to put a tablespoon of lard. And a lot of people don't like lard. Now, if you don't want to use it, you don't have to. but I'm just using a little bit, a real tablespoon, not the overload spoon, okay? This is what we originally made our biscuits with anyway. My grandmother taught us how to make them like that with that. Okay, let me check my chicken pot. It's looking good. Oh, wow, looking really, really good. And I will turn it around and let you see my chicken pot when I'm finished with these biscuits. So now I'm going to mesh my lard in here. My lamp decided to come back on again. Hallelujah. Now I have a grater here, and this is what I have. I have some pepper jack cheese. And I'm going to grate a little of that. I'm grating that in my biscuits. And I'm going to tell you, I put about, let's see, a fourth of a cup. A fourth of a cup. Okay. I'm going to wrap that back up because we're trying to keep everything. I like to keep all my stuff wrapped and put away. I'm just a funny person and I was taught to cook that way. Okay, so now let me wipe. I got to wipe. Stop and wipe. I see something. I don't want to cook nasty. Okay, and then we're going to do the extra sharp cheddar cheese. Okay, let me get my knife and cut this open. Let me wipe this knife off, even though it came from a clean area. I'm still wiping it down. You know, when you get trained one way, you can't hardly break that habit, especially when it's a clean habit. Ooh, I could hear my grandmother saying, "Who's gonna eat that mess? Who's gonna eat that slop? Nobody wants it, and you didn't wash your hands, you didn't do anything, just started cooking. I don't want it." And she would make us eat everything we messed up on. So we knew better than to mess up stuff. Ooh, Lord. I know people nowadays don't have it like we did. You couldn't mess up any food because you were made to eat every drop that you messed up. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. You were made to eat every drop. Now with this cheese, I'm putting in a half cup. You say, "Oh, that's going to be a lot of cheese." Yes, it is, because we're making cheesy garlic drop biscuits. So you want to have enough stuff in it. You don't want to eat a cheese biscuit and then you don't taste the cheese. What kind of biscuit is that? And this is what this looks like, okay? I got the pepper jack, the sharp cheddar, and I'm stirring it all around. And my grandmother, if we had company, we could put in an egg if we had company. But if it was just for family, we ate them just like they were, not not without an egg. So once I open my cheese, y'all, I always get some aluminum foil and put it in and wrap it so it'll stay. Okay? And I'm putting that away as well. There you go. There you go. And now I'm gonna put in some bacon bits. Got these from Aldi's. See how much I got in my hand? Can you see that? I don't want to turn my hand over too far because let me put it in this hand. Maybe you can see it better. There you go. My grandma used to call it a fistful. So now I'm going to put the water in here. Start off with a little. Little more. And I'm going to say this is about a half a cup of water. You put that on your table, a half a cup of water. And I didn't put the egg in because it's not company biscuits. It's just our drop biscuits. Okay? And the name of the game is actually being clean. Nobody wants to eat nasty food. And if you're going to make nasty food, save it for yourself. Okay, I'm going to put this in the sink because it needs to be washed. You heard that? Yeah, it got the cheese on it. So this is what it looks like now. Gonna put that over here. I'm gonna return this back to where it goes. Put that there. Take this off. This off. Goes in the garbage. I need 2 spoons. So I'm gonna take this here like this. And we're gonna put this right back here. And we're gonna take this. And as I said, they're cheesy drop biscuits, okay? So we're going to drop them on the pan. It's greased with, there you go. And you want these to be sort of crunchy because you're having that chicken soup, like, it's not soup. It's almost like a gumbo, but it's not quite a gumbo either. But it's thick. It's just a recipe that's good for you. I promise you it's good for you. So put a little bit more there. Just dropping them there. And you see what I'm picking up on the spoon? Okay. Be sure you wipe as you go. Nobody wants dirty stuff. Make sure your food is always clean. Always. There's no exception. No exception for dirty food. None. And my oven is preheated at 400 degrees. I'm going to put some little ones right in there. Try to get all of it on the pan. And if they stick together, it doesn't matter because you're going to pull them apart anyway. Get them all out of here. And these are made from scratch. These are nothing that you bought in the store. Have a little baby one there. That's nice. You're going to put this on the top rack in your oven, 400 degrees. Make sure you wipe your hands. And this is what they look like. Okay? This is what they look like. Now, let me tell you something else that we do. We didn't tell Grandma, but we started doing it because we figured out that it'll be better. The biscuits will be better like this. We take some butter and we cut the butter like this. You know, a chunk. And then you take that chunk and cut it in half. And then you take the piece and put it down in that biscuit like that. This is what we started doing as we got married and had our children. We added to the recipe that Grandma taught us. In half, put the butter in there, the butter in there, and butter in there, and in there. And we're going to cut another chunk. Put the butter in there, butter in there. Now you see how that paper flew over there on that biscuit? If we had been cooking with Grandma, she would have got mad because she said we were going too fast and we made something hit the food and it was contaminated. Now that's how we learned how to cook, the hard way. So I'm wiping that down, but I'm going to put it in the water. And you heard it hit the sink. Okay. All right. So now this is what they look like. Okay. I'm going to put them in a 400-degree oven for 10 to 12 minutes. But I started leaving mine for a little longer because I wanted them crispy to go with my good soup. So it's on. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn you around and let you see what's in my chicken pot. Okay. I'm going to put you on hold and then turn you around and let you see what's in my chicken pot. Okay? This is what is in my chicken pot. This is what I'm making right here. My stewed chicken with carrots and rice and peppers and onions. And that's why I made those biscuits so it can go along real good with my stew. This is my Sunday stew. I have carrots in it, bell peppers, green and red, onions, rice, and the chicken. And I use boneless, skinless chicken thighs to make this. Okay, so now I'm going to put you on hold and we're going to wait on those biscuits and I'm going to plate this up and let you see how we eat it. Okay, they're out of the oven and this is what they look like. Woo, yummy, yum. Our garlic, cheesy, buttery drop biscuits. This is what they look like. I'm going to put them on a tray that I've lined with parchment paper. And you want them kind of crispy because you're having soup with them. Not a soup, but like a goulash, I would say. And you want the biscuits to be not really, really soft, but not brick hard either. See, you want them like this, not brick hard. And I'm going to break one up for you to show you what I'm talking about. I'm putting them on a tray so you can see them good. So that's what they look like on the tray. And here is one. I'm going to break it in half. And that's what it looks like. Okay. Now, I have a treat for you. If you can wait a couple of minutes, I'm going to take you in to see our setup where we eat at. Thank you so very much for staying with me while we set up our Sunday supper. We hope that you enjoy your supper as greatly as we're going to enjoy ours. Please, please, y'all, don't forget to pray for someone else besides yourself. And always remember that God is alive and well and that this is his world, no matter what anybody say or how they say it or what goes on. This world belongs to God. And I want to say to you, enjoy life as much as you can. These are the biscuits. That's the chicken stew. We have some tea here, and my son loves Pepsis. And so I'm going to say prayer changes things, y'all. And bon appetit. Adieu. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Jean. And thank you, Debbie Bubbles, for this collab. Adieu.